Good evening, everybody. It's a Saturday night, which means we've got the first race of the NASCAR Generations season, hosted by ICW Gaming, presented to you by Too Fast Racing, Beam host. We're in for a hell of a race tonight. I got Dennis up here in the booth with me. Say hi to the folks at home, Dennis.
Hi to the folks at home.
Jesus Christ, he goes literal. We got the Xfinity cars tonight. And I say tonight because that's going to add a little bit of a different flair for those that don't know. And we actually have Zach Korn in the booth before the race to explain to us a little bit about the series, why we call it Generations, things of that nature. So, Zach, if you want to go ahead, the floor is yours.
So NASCAR Generations was born with the idea that we would use 4 generations of Cup cars. Last season, it was the Gen 6, the Gen 4, the next gen car, and the 87 car. This season, we scrapped the Gen 6 for the ARCA car because we don't want to deal with the Gen 6 netcode. And we have the new Gen 4 car added into the lineup. This season, as you see, the Xfinity car is here tonight. This season features a little bit of a different flair where we've got wildcard races. These races include other NASCAR vehicles, such as the Xfinity cars or the trucks, or older Xfinity cars and trucks, or older Cup cars. They pay extra points. That's the only difference. Different car, different point. And we have one race this season that will take place on a different track, which will also be a wildcard race.
So,
what else do you want to know?
Well, here's a good one, and maybe you can drop it in the chat while you're at it because I don't have the link in front of me. How does somebody join the league if they want to, even though the first race is tonight?
Well, you would join via the Discord, which if you give me 30 seconds, I will put a link up in AJ's chat here. You'd go in there, you accept the rules, give yourself a driver role, find yourself the NASCAR Generations tab, and submit an application. It's all done through the Discord, and I'll send out an invite on iRacing.
There you go. What are we expecting to see tonight? Are we going to see a Korn win, or are we going to see a Korn clobber the field kind of a thing?
I better not clobber the field. Yeah.
If he wins, this shit's rigged.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I expect this to be a fairly good race. We're most likely going to see a couple cautions. Probably going to see a couple DNFs. There's no fast repairs, so.
My expectations were low, but damn.
I'm expecting a good race tonight. We got
about 15 cars in session.
Okay.
I got
so
6. I take that back. I think we got 16 because there's 17 on my screen, and Phil is race control, so that takes him out of it. So yeah,
right.
We should be good.
Cool.
So,
I was hoping for a little bit bigger field. I'd have been real happy with 2021 cars. It's a relatively new league. It's had one season so far. I'm expecting it to grow as it comes along.
Yeah, I would expect the same. So, if you could shoot me that Discord link in a DM, just so that way if somebody asks later on, I can throw it in for them, and I'll try to put it on at the end as well. So
I gotcha. It'll be over in a shake.
Cool. All right, buddy.
Shake and a tug.
We got like 6 minutes left, so I'm sure you probably want to get out and do some practice before we get into this thing. So, because it looks like you've only done 7 laps.
I don't even think I've done that many.
I got 7.04 on my software here, so I would go run some laps so you don't cream somebody.
Oh, I think I'll do that. Yeah.
So
everybody, I hope you enjoy this race tonight. Come back on a bi-weekly basis. We'll be here every other week for the next 12 weeks, 24 weeks. I know what I mean.
What?
At least someone does.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
AJ, thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna go race.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So, Dennis, we've been in this car a little bit this week. I don't know, Eric, have you been in this car at all this week?
No, I haven't had time.
Oh God. I can say that the fixed setup's a little interesting. Your thoughts, Dennis?
I call this car to me is a dart without feathers. This thing will do anything but go straight. So it'll be interesting how these guys handle riding in a pack, and we'll see how they handle the arrow pull left and right when they get side by side.
You know, I have one in previous iterations of Xfinity at Daytona, and I can imagine it's probably much the same. You know,
Well,
very squirrely.
what we've seen, and we saw it even with Tom in the open race earlier tonight. This damn car walks all over the place. These guys get 3 wide. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we know
It's going to get tight.
Yeah, we know it can be done, right? But the side pull on the car has been weird, to say the least. There's been times like earlier tonight when we were watching Tom where the car looks like it just kind of goes up the track and then comes down the track, but really it's the car just losing all bite.
Yeah, it's almost like in certain areas it loses the air on the nose and it is chasing that air.
Right.
And it's random. Like it'll happen out of nowhere. So we'll see how these guys handle that. We'll see how this setup does compared to what we saw in the open. But it's very darty. It doesn't like to stay straight. You'll see a lot of the times when these guys are coming off the corner at full speed in a big pack where some guys will start drifting up off the corner, or it acts like the car wants to fishtail off and wants the rear end of the car to pass the front.
I'm just now loading into the session. So.
Oh, are you racing tonight? Or are you watching?
No. I'm
okay.
watching.
Okay. I was gonna say something, and my wife interrupted me with a text.
I don't have my rig with me in my truck right now, so.
There was something I was gonna say. Shit, I don't remember. Oh, we don't have last season's champion in the race tonight. That would have been Nick Warfield. So this kind of opens the door up to a lot of people. You know, anything can kind of happen here. Rough estimate on the oh geez, oh Pete's on the iRating here. We're looking at about 22. Is that right, Dennis? 2.2K?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Okay.
so. I don't have that number right in front of me, but looking at everyone in the field from what I have, we're going to be right around that, right above 2K.
So we should have a solid race tonight. Just looking at a couple of things here. Got a lot of the usual suspects in chat tonight.
Chat never disappoints. Yeah, even in the practice session here that I've seen for the last 59 and a half or 58 and a half minutes, when they have gotten into the bigger packs, they don't maintain them very long. Like you'll see, I've noticed they get 2 to 3 wide, and all it takes is that one person to bobble a little bit, and there goes half of that small pack.
Yeah,
so
we just
we'll see what it's like.
We just saw Fatherball bobble down into look like 1 and 2 there, get all sorts of squirrely.
It doesn't take much in this car.
No, it doesn't.
They're easy to catch, but you're catching it every lap, every other lap.
Well, and I don't know the setup. We were talking about this earlier. I don't know the setup that's being run. If it is the fixed setup, my guess is as we were talking earlier, that was built around a nighttime race. So this could be a lot looser car than we've seen all week with the official series.
I've raced more than my fair share of laps in this car, plus the trucks, and she's a very forgiving car if you're on top of it.
Yeah, you got to be all over the wheel.
Yeah, but the moment you let your judgment lapse, she'll make you pay for it.
Yeah, you got to be paying attention today. I think I just saw
Corn just died.
and it just
Dad.
switched over to. I saw him shoot to the left, so
The Corn will be all right, isn't he?
I hope Dale's okay.
He should be okay.
Oh man! All right.
While these guys switch gears over to qualifying, any predictions for tonight?
I mean, we might as well go ahead and get into. Give me your winner. How many cautions? When's first caution coming? We get some time for that.
Goodness.
Is Phil Conway racing, or is he just
No,
race
Phil.
control?
Phil is race control tonight, so Phil's off the board.
There goes my prediction for winner. For winner, I'm going to say. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it to Sam Green.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sam Green.
All right.
I'm gonna predict, as long as he can keep his nose clean, I'm gonna say that the silent assassin, Eric Cap, because if he can keep his nose clean, he always ends up in the front in the end.
Well, see, that's how silent of an assassin he is. I didn't even realize he was in here. So
yeah, Eric Cap is so silent he doesn't even talk in Discord. But
and when he does, it's like
yeah. All right. I'm gonna throw up some love for Father Ball. Mike's due. He's come real close in a lot of races we've done lately. So we got our winners picked. What's your first caution? How many cautions we're gonna have tonight?
lap 3.
You think so?
Lap 3, first caution, gonna have 8 cautions.
Dennis?
I hope not. I'm gonna say lap 12, and I'd say we have I'm gonna say 3 cautions.
I'm gonna say we make it to 30. We're gonna have 4 cautions total. That's my prediction.
Are we putting money on this?
No, we're not putting money on this. I don't ever put money on this. Eric, we don't bet on things. You should know that. Let's get some race info up for you guys tonight. All right, so we've got 100 laps tonight in the Xfinity car. There are 3 green white checkers. There is no fast repair. You blow this thing up, you slam it into a wall, you tear a tire off. That's it. You're done.
You're done.
We got 74 degrees in the air. That puts 82 degrees on the track temp. So actually it's pretty close to what we've seen at night. I don't know how much it's going to play into it with the humidity. Got a little bit of wind, 12 mile an hour. That may play into some of this, but
that can cause issues late in a run.
It very much so can, especially if the tires are smoked. So that'll be a thing. Joe Gooch said that Cody Ware is in first place right now.
What?
Yeah. Run. Got about a minute and a half here.
We'll see how the tires hold up long run. That'll be definitely something to look at. If we do get a long run, which we hope we do. So far,
Mike McKaylee is on the pole. Old Father Ball himself.
Man, it is a tie at the top. It's a 3-way tie. JD's on his second lap, I believe.
So as of right now, Father Ball has a 8.71. Mitch is at an 8.73. John is at an 8.75. That is how tight it is. It is 4,000.
4,000. of a second.
Separating the top 3.
JD to the top 5. I mean, you could throw a blanket literally over the whole field. I think the only one left is Gary. I smell cheese. You guys smell that?
No, I'm a little bit further away from you than Dennis is.
I smell cheese.
You might want to check your feet.
Based on the first lap by Gary Freeman, I smell cheese.
Mm.
We'll see what he can put down for the second lap. It should be his heater lap.
He still was only 16th. And I heard that, Gary. The man's over here saying, I learned from the best on how to cheese.
Gary, I love you, but if you're going to talk some smack,
You better back it up.
You got to back it up.
All right, let's get this crap off the board. We're going to go through our grid here really quick.
The ball on the pole.
50.871. So Mike McHaley is going to lead these boys to the green flag. We've got Mitch Degenhart starting in second. John Howell's going to start third. Korn's going to start fourth. JD starting fifth. Eric Kapp is sixth. Sean Cameraman seventh. Scott Thompson eighth. Diesel Weasel going to start ninth. Ralph Connor's going to start in 10th. Ron St. Louis starting 11th. Gabriel Griffin is going to start 12th. We've got Tyler Lee starting 13th. Aiden Haller starting 14th. Sam Green is 15th. Gary Freeman is in 16th. And Phil doesn't count. He's the eye in the sky. He is race overlord. So we'll go ahead and let him do his job. We'll get our ticker up, pay some bills, and we'll get our track map up. Don't forget tonight's broadcast and the entire season broadcast brought to you by Too Fast Racing / Beam Host. Go ahead and check those guys out when you get time. We should be, I think we got a couple of guys left to grid here. Looks like Tyler Lee's still got a grid up, and then we can get moving. No, Corn, we don't need an extra pace lap.
So the top 4 were separated by 100th on time.
Okay, that's qualifying. Can they stay separated by 100th during the race and not kill each other? That's the question.
No.
No.
No, because you want at least a half a car, and you're gonna get. That's another thing is, can these boys manage the temps on these cars? These cars like to run hot, and they get hot quick.
Kaboom quick.
Yeah, we even saw it today in the Be Open we watched with Tom. Had a guy that was tucked up in the draft too long and blew the engine.
Top split too. Like your top split and you blew up.
It shows all it takes is for you to lose that focus for a split second, and things can change. And with no fast repair, you're going to have to manage every corner of this car for 100 laps.
I did almost forget. If they're green at lap 3, you know how we do it. We got to crank it up. So they hit lap 3, we'll crank this thing up. We'll step aside for a lap and let these things sing. So why is Gary lagging off the back of the pack? Get up there, Gary. Jesus, stop messing with your VR. Get up the back of the pack. All right.
You're not going to save 100 laps of fuel, Gary. You're still going to have to pit.
He's back there clutching it. Oh, man.
We'll see how quick these guys go single file, or if they want to run double for a little bit to test it out.
Everybody's saying Gary's going to Kyle Busch the field on the start. They are not allowed to do that. They have to hold their lane until after the start finish line. That is one of the rules in the league for this season.
I do have to say, a few weeks ago we had Gen 4s there. I think it was at Talladega. We were all running 3 wide for, what was it, like 20 laps? That was probably some of the most fun I've had on iRacing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It was just an absolute blast.
All right. Pace car's going to pull off. We'll see Barney wave the flag here.
Hope he doesn't drop it this time.
Yeah, no
Other
shit,
balls
right?
off.
Clean start so far as we head down towards 2 or down towards 1.
Yeah, Eric Cap already wanting to roll to the back.
Yep, I was gonna say Eric's out of line and he is headed for the rear.
Pulling that old Dale Jarrett move.
Yep.
Well, Eric's one of those guys, like I said earlier. He'll ride in the back until he needs to make his way forward.
Sean Cameraman doing the same thing. He's trying to wind up at the back of the line as they get ready to head down to the 3. Father Ball still leads.
You got John behind him. You got Mitch Dagenhart on the outside leading that second lane.
Corn behind him. JD up to 3rd so far. Good start for JD.
We'll see what this setup does. I've noticed at night anyways, the middle lane, if you can get enough cars in it, it'll get that momentum and blow right by that inside lane. But we'll see what in daytime if it's the same way.
I was gonna say it may become unstable. So we'll
I
have,
really wish
have to see.
I really wish I had my rig in my truck with me right now, because this looks like a lot of fun.
These
Starting to see what we were talking about earlier. These cars are starting to wiggle off the corners and in the middle of the corners.
Yeah, and we're only 2 laps in. And we're almost to the start finish line. So you know what that means. We're gonna step aside, we're gonna crank this thing up. We'll let you guys listen to these things for a lap and we'll come right back. Mike McHaley continues to lead. John Howe right behind him. Nobody really making a lot of moves right now. You only got 4 cars in that high lane.
Yeah, but look who's in the back of that. We talked about strategy earlier where Eric Cap and Sean Cameron jumped to the back. You got Gary who's jumped from last all the way up to the second line here looking to move to the front.
Yeah, he's up to 9th so far.
This field has embarrassed me. I said lap 3.
I like the fact that we're staying green. Do we see green flag pit stops? Oh, Corn gonna have to.
Nice.
Mitch Degenhart getting a little loose on that high lane for a second. Corn had to check up. I'm not sure if track temp's starting to play into this. Let's pop the weather up for just a quick second here. Track temp only up 1 degree, so I don't think it's playing in too much. I think it's more the setup than anything. I think a lot of these guys are gonna have to keep their hands on thing. Oh yeah, 100%.
One thing to keep in mind: the more laps they put on this track, the more heats it's going to build into it as well.
Right.
And with it being daytime, it's going to retain that heat.
Wind down to 11 mile an hour. So, well, that's something else that we always don't think about is, they had Oval Refresh 1, which started to make the lines hot. Oval Refresh 2 is coming. So that'll be a thing too to watch out for.
Is that Oval Refresh 2 coming at the end of this season, or
they are actually they're currently working on it. No development yet as to when that's going to be put into practice yet. So
I'm just looking forward to the truggies to myself.
Oh, those things look like a lot of fun actually. Well, Father Ball continuing to lead.
You see Mitch and
someone in the
Corn there on the high side lane getting momentum. They're even with Father Ball and John right now.
Mitch actually has him edged at the moment, but the corner's going to give it to Mike. because you always catch into the corner on the bottom, but out of the corner, that high lane should prevail. Is Mitch getting really loose there? Did you see that, Twitch?
I seen him and Corn both off that corner, and that's the thing with this tire where we're gonna have to see. We're only 7 laps in. We're on 6 laps in, on lap 7, and we're already having people chasing this car.
I'm seeing Mitch on entry. Corn's about quarter car off them, and the car is twitchy. I mean, we can see it from the blimp view.
Well, and you can even see JD's holding back off of John. He's leaving a car to a half a car and not really getting up to his back bumper.
Well, I mean, realistically, if I'm JD and I'm sitting here, I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna save fuel. The hell with it. We got plenty of time left.
The more fuel you save now, the less you have to take at the end. Every lap counts.
Let's go off. Oh, I don't have the camera set correctly for this. We'll go off the roll bar Corn for just a minute here. So you can see Mitch get loose mid-corner. I don't know if it's just because Corn's just a touch too close or what.
I just think it's like the dynamic of this car. Like, I really think it's a dart without feathers. It likes to go just wherever it wants to.
Very well.
You're just chasing it. You're along for the ride.
I think you're right. I see Ron riding at the back of this pack in the 82 car. That's not a bad place to be. Everybody else is single file behind you. Just chill.
You got Sam Green behind Gary.
Yep.
He's made his way forward. He started back there with Gary, so those two are both moving forward.
Yep, they're both up 6 and 8. But everybody holding a good lane. Sam in the wall a little bit.
One thing to keep in mind, as we were talking about JD saving fuel, Father Ball and Mitch are not.
No, they're full out up front. So that's a thing. Mike's led all the laps so far tonight. I don't know if Corn had to get off the back of Mitch to kind of give himself some air, but
I'm surprised we're still 2x2 for the most part, and these guys haven't singled out.
I think, looking at the back of the pack, Eric Cap, Gabe, Sean Cameraman, Aiden, they're all just kind of riding. And to me, that's the better way to handle this situation, right? Because if something happens, it's going to come from this 2x2. So exactly. If something comes from that, you've got time to back off. You've got time to get away from it. I'm not seeing ugly bump drafts like we've seen this week in the officials, which is a good thing. All these guys have ran around each other a lot. We've raced with every one of these guys in the field. So it's kind of nice to see them just kind of ride, feel things out, see where things are going, figure out the car. Because you've got, as we've been talking, you've got a setup that may or may not work. You've got, you don't know what the tire wear is going to look like because of the setup. Are Mike and Mitch going to have more wear than the others just because of the fact that they're out front and that car's getting squirrelier? Mike's been pretty stable, but Mitch has been pretty loose. Are the lanes going to play a factor? Do you want to run high early, low later on in the run? Hard to say.
Steering ratios, driving styles, all that make a big difference as well.
Oh, yeah.
I seen Gary and Sam switch spots, and then Gary jumped into the low lane.
Yep.
So he's decided he wants to he's got to where he's comfortable. He wants to ride it out.
Yep.
And that's another thing to think about early on in this race. We're 11, 12 laps in. Where does my car run in both lanes? Which one does it prefer?
Right.
Where can I make spots up with 5 to go? I'm testing all of that now, so when that time comes, I have that in the bank.
Riding behind Sam Green here.
Got a new leader that lap.
You actually hear is either Sam or Diesel kind of lift out of it a little bit. But that's plate racing, right? You've got to, if you're riding in the pack, you can't push like you're at the front. You got to lift. If you're not lifting, you're getting hot. You know, you're pushing where you don't need to push, and then bad things happen.
It's all about just maintaining your gaps, maintaining your speed, but at the same time trying to save as much tire and fuel as you can.
I mean, if this is how they're gonna race, and this is gonna stay green for a very long time, you know, we're already 15 laps in. I'm already starting to think long run, not short run, and okay, where can I hide in the pack to stretch that fuel economy, to make it longer, right? Because if you can make it, you know, let's say they can go, let's say Mike can go 40 laps on fuel. If you can make it 45, 46, that's that much further. They've got to pit sooner, and it plays into your advantage.
And like you said, you want to be able to find that sweet spot where you can fill in. You don't want to be the first car, and you don't want to be the last car. You want someone behind you as well, because it keeps you tucked up to the guy in front of you.
Well, and like Tom just said in the chat, resistance is futile. I'm just going to say it. Existence is pain.
Oh, Corn just looking outside.
Yeah, but I thought I heard him say something about that's not what he wanted to do. So I don't know if Mitch's tires are getting hot enough that he can't get to drive off the corner.
It's possible. I mean, we've seen him have to chase it multiple times. Still 4 cars determined to make that outside lane work and just ride there.
JD looked like he wanted to go to the top for a second there and then thought better of it.
I don't know if he was looking there or if that's just where the car wanted to go. You can see Corn on entry starting to drift up. He drifts up to that third lane.
Well, Tom talked about it in the race we were in. The air gets funky, and then the car does weird shit. Is that what's happening with Corn right now? Because he's been pushing, so when all of a sudden he peeks out to like get some air on that nose, it starts to get darty.
But we still got the top 9 under a blanket. Gary's the first single car behind the 2x2.
Well, it looks like
tight racing up front here.
It looks like Tyler's leading the second pack. He's really not in a bad spot. As long as he can hold that draft, I think he'll be all right. I do like that new paint that he's got going on. That
I was
orange,
looking at that during
that's
practice.
sharp.
Yeah.
I like it. Fatherball continues to lead. Yeah, I mean, Tyler's not far off the back around, so he's still in the draft. He's just not rushing up there.
I'll say at this point in time, no need to rush.
No, we're just riding. We're not even 20 laps into this thing. Everybody looking really good for the most part. I mean, you got some wandering. That's to be expected. I'll be very interested to see what tires are looking like after this run. And I'm kind of wondering if either Corn or Mitch isn't burning up a right front tire right now. And that may be the case. It might be why we're seeing so much wandering, whereas in that bottom lane, yeah, it's a little bit slower, but the checkup because of the slow is going to force you to keep the tires on it a little bit better.
One thing I've noticed is from lap 2 or 3 to just this last time through 3 and 4, the top lane has migrated up about half a car. They're running the left sides on that seam now where they were below it.
Well, and I'm starting to see the bottom lane get squirrely. You saw him through the tri-oval. Watch Mike, John, JD, and Diesel all kind of up and down and up and down.
Here's this outside with the run.
Mitch Dagenhart to the lead for a minute. See if he can hold it. Mike's going to pull alongside.
And one thing with these tracks and any plate race you do, it's about keeping momentum in your lane. Right now, both lanes are pretty even with car count. You got Ron holding off the back of the bottom lane, but you got 6 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and they're all pretty evenly spaced between the 2 lanes. if you really wanted to get a lane going, JD gets right on the back bumper of John Howe there on the bottom, and those three would check out.
Right.
Like right now, you can see the top lane. They get nice and tight, and look at that big run they're getting right now.
Man, I think if I was Mitch with as squirrely as he's been getting, I'd damn near drop that thing down in front of Fatherball for a few laps and see if it cools the tires down.
I just don't think he's had a chance to even drop down yet.
I don't think so either. I think the top lane might be a killer tonight. Race Control says we should start seeing pit stops at about 10 laps.
That's where Fatherball and Mitch are going to be at a disadvantage here. They've been out front this whole run compared to JD.
Yeah, I mean,
Scott Thompson, who's a little farther back even, Sam Green. You got the guys that have been running third and fourth in line. They've had enough fuel, and they've probably saved 2 to 3 extra laps.
What about that backpack from Tyler Leon back? I mean, Tyler's a little bit in the draft. Everybody else back there single file. Can they go a little bit further?
That we're going to start seeing here in the next 10 laps. You're going to start seeing your buddies, your teams of who's going to pit with who.
Right.
With a pack, like we have 16 people in this race, but 16 people pitting at one time is going to be a mess as Gary gets a little funky out of the tri-oval there.
I saw that 3 wide corn to the outside of Mitch Degenhart.
Still 3 wide coming off the corner. Ooh, that's tight. Corn's in the wall.
Corn touches the wall. Everything's good. Might not be the worst thing to happen to Corn. Let him tuck in further back. Still
that's
3 wide.
With pit stops coming up, the guys on that outside lane have to find a way to the bottom.
Mitch Degenhart falling back too. The entire outside lane is falling apart.
Now we're all single file through the first 10 up till Mitch, which Gary's on the inside of him, single file throughout the rest of the field.
If I'm Mitch, I'm going to tuck it in behind Gary and just kind of ride, see if I can't save a little bit of fuel. Maybe see if I can't prolong my run, swing it back the other way, but it may be too late in the run to save anything.
Yeah, you get to the point where the fuel you've spent, you can't get back.
Yeah.
You got Gary looking to the outside of Ron. He's a solo guy, though. No one went with him.
No, I think everybody just kind of riding, just hanging. So I think we're going to see, we'll see green flag pit stops as long as everybody kind of rides.
That.
Yep, there goes Corn with him.
Out.
Corn pop.
Which I'm curious because Corn's been pushing a lot this run.
I mean,
we'll see where he's sitting fuel wise compared to those on the inside. I would think that he's going to be in the same boat as like Fatherball and Mitch.
Well, maybe he's hoping, well, if I push it now, I can see what the car is going to do. Like we were talking earlier, and kind of adjust his strategy as the race goes.
Another thing a lot of people try to keep in mind is I want to get as far forward as I can because every second, half second on track getting into pit road is a second saved.
I think Gary might have led that lap. It was very close at the line there.
I think I got Gary leading that last one.
I think so too.
No, it's still showing Fatherball.
Is it?
Yeah. By like 9,000 of a second.
I was going to say it was pretty damn close.
Gary does have our fastest lap as of this point.
Which I think, I have to check the rules, but maybe Corn's giving a bonus point for that. Ooh, Corn coming way down. JD was thinking about, is Corn going to wind up in his lap?
Yeah, you start seeing these guys dance. Like they're getting dancier and dancier off the corners. You see the top lane floating to the bottom lane floating to the top.
Off the gyro here, we're on board with Diesel. Actually, I think we're gonna go off the roll bar. I don't like how close that is. That looks a little bit better. Diesel just weirdly blinked on me there for a second. Beware the weasel hex. I like the paint on that car. It's got that textured chrome.
Felt.
It gives it that pink glitter look to it.
It does look nice, definitely when the sun glints off of it.
Oh yeah, yep.
With those 2 cars on the outside, they're holding this bottom lane.
They got squirrely there.
Yeah, they got real tight to the bottom lane, and I don't know if that was just an aero thing. If this is, are we starting to see tires starting to burn off this thing? I'm getting reports that SVG, Ware, and Ty Dillon are like in the top 3. That's scary. Mike McKaylee continues to lead here, though, at virtual Daytona. Gary Freeman trying to keep the outside lane alive. Nobody with Gary and Korn right now. I think everybody's just set up for pit stops.
Well, you're starting to see that momentum, like with Korn riding on the outside as long as he has, and Gary has most of this run too. They're having to separate so much off the corners as Fatherball gets a little up the track there on entry.
Yep. Ed, we are running tomorrow night. It will be Cara tomorrow night at Dega. So
if Korn and Gary had one more person to jump in that outside lane, 3 cars, they'd probably be able to blow by this inside lane.
Dude, I just think it's way too early for people to want to. You're too close.
Sam jumping out.
Yep, but he's got a long way to get to him. But if he doesn't have to check up, the bottom's got to check up. He can side draft his way up there, and he's on a tear right now, actually.
Yeah, he's got that draft, and he's gonna be there by the middle of the backstretch.
But I'll put this out there right now. Oh, Diesel thinking about jumping up. Diesel jumps up too. Okay,
just like that.
This is interesting.
There goes Gary and Korn clear the bottom lane because that bottom lane lost momentum because it lost a car.
Right, but then Korn dives to the bottom. Did I hear him call out that he's pitting? Nope.
Not this lap.
We know they're close, but here's why I say this is weird.
Oh, there's contact.
There's Doring. We're still good. We're still green. Everything's straight. But Fatherball calls he's pitting.
Well, there's Diesel loose. This is the first time Diesel's been in the outside lane.
I think it's squirrely on the outside. Tom, yes, this is 100% fuel. But here's the thing. If it's me, I'll let those guys jump up if we're that close to pit stops, because you know what I can do? I can lock them out of getting to pit road.
Oh, Fatherball.
Oh,
They all save it. Everything's good. Mike with a little bit of damage on the back of that car. Fatherball, the only one coming down pit road here. So, oh shit! Mike's chair kicked the car out of gear.
I saw the flames kick out of the tailpipe. I was curious what happened.
Uh-oh.
This Korn's looking under Gary. That's tight.
Gary went to the middle. I'm not sure why.
3 wide.
Man, if I'm Diesel, I'm backing out of it.
Yep.
I'll float to the back of the second lane. Go right behind Sam there.
Well, and Fatherball was the one that led a majority of the laps. Mitch ended up being able to drip to the back and save fuel.
Yeah. And he drifted back at about lap 22. He's still out there. Mike, I think, taking 4 tires here, or he's fixing the damage. One of the two.
it looks like you got the damage fixed.
Korn going to come to pit road as well as Mitch Degenhart. Was that Ron that just called pit? Man, we got a whole host of people coming down pit road.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get tricky.
You
have a lot of people trying to file in.
I know exactly what we're gonna use as these guys come down to pit road. We're gonna use a kind of an interesting camera here.
Yeah, Gary, Sam, and Diesel, they're going to be on this outside, so they
Corn-
couldn't if they wanted to.
Corn calling pitting. Got about 5 cars headed to pit road. Actually, 6 cars. Everybody hits pit road together. Puts Gary to the lead for the moment.
Yeah. Ralph Connor Jr., Mitch Dagenhart, John Howe, Scott Thompson, Zachary Korn, Ron St. Louis, and Father Balls coming out of pit road.
Sam Green taking over the lead.
Yep, Sam to the lead.
JD right behind him.
Diesel coming down this time. Sam coming with him.
Same.
Sean Cameraman. Yeah, everybody else.
Oh, yeah, the entire lead pack.
Whoa.
We'll see. Everyone looks like they're getting on smooth.
So Ralph just came off of pit road in front of everybody. So theoretically, Ralph could cycle out as your new leader here. We'll
Looks
see.
like everyone's just been taking fuel only.
I got the 97 of Eric Cap coming off of pit road. Diesel Weasel in front of him. Diesel leads off pit road. Who's gonna bring it to out of turn 2 first?
So with these guys full song, we'll see who is better getting in and off of pit road.
Yeah, I'm looking. Ralph's coming in a hurry.
Yeah, I think
Diesel's onto the backstretch.
I think these guys will clear them before they get their momentum built up.
I don't know. You can see Ralph in the orange car back there leading the charge. They're going to at least get 2, but I think Diesel and Eric are going to be gone.
They're still about 14 mile an hour slower than Ralph right
coming
now.
to JD. He's going to have to go around. Which way does he go? Corn to the top.
Yep, he had to check up. They're 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide into 1. JD gets the bump. He hangs on to it.
Ron backs out, giving JD room, and everyone's squirrely.
Oh, good Lord.
I think that with people not taking tires, I think this is old tires and a full fuel load.
Dude, I think Fatherball might be the man right now. JD gonna shove it 3 wide up the middle he goes.
He's not backing out of it. They're
No,
3
he
wide
ain't.
into
He's
3.
holding on.
Now he's inside of Eric
Cap. Diesel still your leader. Eric says to hell with it. I'm backing out. He's going to the back. Well, we broke my guess of 30.
Yeah, we just ran a full fuel cycle.
Wow. Diesel Weasel comes out of it with your lead, but JD McHaley is trying like hell from the outside.
I'm still seeing these old tires. You saw Diesel. We
Oh,
got
what
one
was
spun
that?
down low.
He hangs
That's
on
Scott
to it.
Thompson.
Hell of a save.
Scott,
you see
know,
a lot of people. There's
Ron
one
goes
around.
around.
Gary's in the wall. Ralph's around. John's around. Sam's got damage.
Wow. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Let's go back and take a look at that. I got to figure out where that started. Let's roll it back a little bit. We're going to go to the blimp. Play at quarter speed. We're looking at Ron. And he gets loose right as we get into 1.
Cameraman just smashed into
Oh, he tries to save it, and unfortunately, Ralph was right there. He goes around off the nose of Ralph. Mitch is in it. Everybody trying to avoid Ron. Gary goes high, actually does the smart thing. They still make contact.
I'm wondering if these old tires with the full fuel load upset the balance of the car, and that's what darted him loose.
Well, and that could be. I would not be surprised. I
think out of all of this, Father Ball was in a great spot.
Father Ball got lucky because he went and fixed all that damage. So,
another one that we could say is lucky out of this is Scott Thompson. If he doesn't get loose off of 2, he's right in the middle of all that.
Yeah. Yep. So
right now we have John's got a meatball, Gary's got a meatball.
Father Ball stayed out there.
You must think that he's got enough tire underneath him. That
sounds like Gary's broke enough that. Who's got 13 and a half?
Sound like Sam.
Oof.
I know Ron had enough damage. He's done for the day.
Well, I saw it broke the right front off. So
well, we made it farther than any of us thought we would for cautions wise.
I am going to step away for just a second here, gentlemen.
So after we cycle out of pit road, we have Father Ball, Mike McKaylee leading us. We got Diesel in second, Corn is up to third, Gabriel Griffin in fourth, JD McKaylee fifth, Eric Cap sixth, Scott Thompson seventh, Tyler Lee eighth, Aiden Haller ninth, Mitch Dagenhart 10th, and then to round out the rest, we got John Howe, Sean Kammerman, Sam Green, Gary Freeman, and then Ralph Connor, which John, Sean, Sam, Gary, and Ralph are still on pit road. Then you got Ron St. Louis in 16th, and he's already called it quits for the day, too much damage. We'll see how much these other guys can get fixed, if they can come out and still turn some laps. We still got a lot of racing to go. We're not even 40 laps into 100 laps. So
am I reading this right? We've got John, Gary, Ralph, and Ron out? Is that correct?
I don't know for sure if they're out.
Ron is. He left the session.
Yeah.
I was going to say it broke the right. I saw that break off for him. I don't know if a lot of these guys pitted to get fuel, because I think at this point we're probably going to see this go long run, would be my guess.
Which, if it goes long run, Father Ball is going to be at a disadvantage.
Right. Well, because he pitted on what, lap 30 originally?
Yes, and he has not pit since. So these guys have almost eight laps more fuel.
Yeah, but they're still going to have to pit 2 more times. So might be okay.
But he's also going to be pitting a lot sooner than these guys are going to have to. He's going to have to convince some people to come with him early.
Right. Michelle, there are no fast repairs tonight, so with the way that the league's structured, he does not run fast repairs in the league. So
Eric Cap is back out on track after his extensive pit road visit. Same with Sean. Mitch is back out there, so that's good to see those guys rolling.
I just got confirmation from John. He is out for the rest of the race. Too much damage. We're done.
John is out. Ralph is still sitting on pit road. Sam's sitting on pit road, and Gary. So I think those 4 might be too much. Either that or they're just trying to get the optional in
I didn't
everything
think.
they can.
All right. Father ball with the restart. Everybody's on the low lane because they all pitted twice. Got Diesel and Scott on the high lane. Got a few takers going to the top. It was the 18 of Gabe Griffin. And it looks like the 8 of Aiden Haller.
Yep.
So.
I got to step away.
All right, Eric.
Later.
Yep. A resident truck driver. Well, if I'm Mike, I would flip to the back and I would hide.
Yeah, I'd be flipping to the back, trying to save as much fuel as I can because I'm already at a disadvantage.
Right, especially with this possibly going way long run.
You're starting to see Aiden bails back down to the bottom lane, so now you got 3 on that outside.
Yep.
Still got
Okay.
Mike, JD, Korn, Mitch, and Aiden running the bottom. You got Diesel, Scott, and Gabe running that top lane, trying to build momentum.
Well, my thing is Aiden paying attention to the stream, kind of hiding in the back, trying to save some fuel, see if he can't stretch it out. Because even if he goes down with, say, a couple laps extra on the fuel, that's less he's got to take.
Yeah, every lap is less time on pit road. If you can save 4 laps of fuel, that's a lot that you're not spending in that pit stall.
Right.
And under green flag conditions, seconds is football fields.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You know, let's use a little bit different of a TV angle here.
Starting to see that outside lane build momentum. As I say that, Diesel gets a little squirrely in the middle of the corner.
But you know what we aren't seeing? We aren't seeing them get as crazy squirrely as they had been. So I think we might be under the right assumption that, you know, hey, the fuel only strategy, great idea to get off pit road, but realistically, if you're taking a full can or full fuel load, you might as well take 4 tires.
Yeah, if you have an empty tank and you're spending that much time, you spending 30 seconds waiting on fuel, you might as well grab rubbers.
Right.
You see Gabe jump down to that bottom lane now, bailing on that top.
I just think that the top lane long run, I think it just eats tires. I really do. Ooh, Diesel getting loose as shit.
Yep.
Him and Scott are just kind of going for a ride.
I'm also seeing a little bit of separation from the back of Gabe to Aiden. We're starting to get two actual packs forming here.
Mike McKaylee with nothing but clean track in front of him. And he's got a whole bumper of JD behind him. It's like JD and Mike on a golf course.
Father ball's always ahead.
Sorry, JD, I had to.
I am shocked that these two packs have already separated out.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a couple of guys that got some damage and are trying to deal with it or what the deal is. I see Sam Green back on track. Nope, he is out. He has left the building.
I know Sean and Eric Kapp had extended stops. Tyler Lee had an extended stop. So did Mitch Dagenhart for damage.
Yeah, so maybe they still got some. Let's take a look at. Let's go off the rear chase on.
Diesel getting loose off of 4 there.
Sean's got a little bit of damage on that right front. We can see that. So that might be playing a part. Eric Kapp, he looks clean. Go back through.
Horn jumps from the inside to the outside lane.
I see that now.
That moves Mitch up to the 3rd on the bottom. His damage isn't affecting him any. He must have got all that fixed.
Well, that also let those damaged cars pull back into the back of this pack.
Yeah, it lost the momentum of everyone, and they weren't able to utilize that momentum gain on the outside to really gain anything.
Sam, I was surprised to see that you were already out. I didn't think you were in it that bad. I didn't even think Gary was really in it that bad, but that top lane is just moving. And I'm not talking at speed. I'm talking around in the corners and shit.
Yeah, there's Scott, and then there's Diesel. Like, this thing is just...
Yeah, the air is just going all sorts of wonky. Sam had 14 minutes of damage. He said it wasn't worth it. That's fair. That's fair. I gotta imagine old Father Ball's starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's got less fuel. Oh, Warren and Mitch make a little contact off the corner there.
Dude, I'm telling you, that high lane is just... I think Gabe was saying something. Diesel to the bottom. I think Diesel
this will actually help out Father Ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not gonna hurt Father Ball at all. And I'm kind of wondering if Diesel kind of maybe thought that the high lane was not the place to be.
I think he was feeling that he was getting too squirrely up there and knew he was gonna be burning too much tire. As Mitch jumps to the outside behind Corn.
Man, I don't know if it's that squirrely. I'm gonna ride the bottom for a while.
We haven't really seen the bottom get super squirrely. There's been a couple times where we've seen a couple cars push up off the bottom.
Ooh,
Scott hasn't been as bad.
Scott leads that lap, and he said, "To hell with it, I'm dropping to the bottom."
Yeah, he got a shot from Corn that propelled him right past Diesel. But this is what Mike McKaylee, this is what Father Ball needs.
Yeah.
As Corn slots down in front of JD.
Everybody gonna single file out now?
Mitch is like, I jump up here to help you guys, and you just leave me. I see how it is.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Mitch grabs the wall a little bit. Now we single file back out.
Yep, everybody single file, which, again, not the worst thing in the world. We still got, little over 50 laps left to go in this thing. So, there's a little bit of... There's some gaps. I think the top four are going to be fine. I think if JD closes up a little bit, I think those guys can save some fuel. But I think right now, just pushing for the front is not the way to go. Just ride.
You still see the first two. You still see Diesel and Scott fighting that car on entry.
I wonder if it's when you get 2, 3, 4 cars together, all of a sudden it starts to get weird.
I just wonder if this setup isn't one where if you run the outside for an extended period of time like the 87s, where even if you go back down to the bottom, you've already done the damage to the tire.
That very well could be too. If the track bar is a little funky, it could be causing some issue.
I'll run through the field real quick while everyone's single file. We got Scott Thompson leading, Diesel Hunter second, Mike McKaylee third, Corn running fourth, JD McKaylee fifth. Sixth is Mitch Dagenhart. Seventh, Gabriel Griffin. Eighth, Aiden Haller. Ninth, Tyler Lee. Sean Cameraman is 10th. 11th is Eric Kapp. And then your guys that are out of the race are trying to still fix damage. You got Ralph Connor Jr., John Howe, and Gary Freeman. Still single file throughout this field. And I think I was expecting this way sooner than now.
I was expecting it. If we hit lap 15, I figured that's when we were going to see it, because it's like, okay, everybody's kind of settled. We're there for the long haul. And even the wreck that we saw that brought the caution out, it wasn't like it was anybody being overly aggressive. It just all of a sudden Ron went for a ride, tried to catch it, and that's it. It's just kind of wild to see a wreck happen like that. You expect to see it, especially at Daytona, from an aggressive move, and we just didn't see that. So
Sam says the tires were 97, 98 after the first run. So it's not the wear, but I wonder if the heat didn't play a factor.
Yeah. Sam, do you have temperatures off of those? I'd be curious to know them.
Still single file throughout the entire field from nose to tail. From first to the 11th.
They're all single file.
1.2 seconds.
Ah, Sam said he didn't check.
And with that right front wearing that 1% at 97, that tells me that it's gaining heat.
Yeah, more than likely. It's scrubbing
you got
too
Scott
much.
jumping to the back.
Yep, I think he's trying to save some fuel. So it puts Diesel back to the lead.
Can he slide in line in front of someone where he can fit in the middle and not drop all the way? Oh, he slides in front of Gabe.
Sam says he
That's
never
where you
felt
wanna be.
swirly running the top, so I'm kind of curious as to why we're seeing so much movement up there.
Well, Sam was also running third to fourth car in line where he was checking up.
True.
We've been seeing it more out of the front two that are leading, that are trying to carry more speed into the corners and through the corner.
Right. Well, we're
You're third,
past.
fourth. You're not worried about speed. You're worried about keeping that draft because you'll gain it back in the straights.
We're trying not to kill the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Seen that more than once this week with these cars. We're more than halfway through. If Botherball can make it to 62, 63, I think he's going to be in good shape here.
Well, the first run with him leading, he was only able to get 30 laps.
Right. Now he's been tucked in the draft for quite a bit of it, except for the first part of his run. So how much is that going to play into it?
And with Scott jumping back in line a little bit, now he's second car.
Right.
But you're also seeing these guys they're not pushing. Everyone's just riding. Oh, as Fatherball looks to the outside.
Mike to the outside. I think he got a taste of that lead and he wants more of it.
Well, one person not listening to us.
Or he's hoping that a second lane starts and they get a caution out of it. Nope, back in line he goes. Down.
One thing I am noticing is Mike is not up Diesel's tail. He's not trying to push him.
You know what? I got an idea. Let's go off the roll bar with Mike.
JD's looking to the outside of corn. I think if Fatherball sees us, he's going to go with JD.
Mike is checking up at times. I'm watching the tack go up and down. So I wonder if he's trying to save some fuel.
Trying to manage that gap.
Yeah. Not really bump draft, but more bubble push.
Yeah. As JD slots back in front of corn, so now you got Fatherball and JD second and third.
I think this is going to come down to fuel mileage tonight. I really do.
Yeah, if we only have that one caution, it's going to play a factor into when you pit, who you pit with, how many cars come with you, because the bigger pack you have coming out of pit road, the better.
Right.
As long as you can stay single file, that is, though. If you get a big enough pack of 6, 7 cars and you come out of pit road and you guys start fighting for position side by side, that's just going to pull you back.
Dig, I don't think that really matters too much because Mike wasn't close enough for it to get hot.
Yeah, these cars, we've talked about the temps.
Phil said they're running 4 mile an hour slower than they were.
Yeah, and you can see that with the gaps. Everyone's not as close as they were early on in the race. Everyone's got half a car to a car gap between them. The front two aren't connected like they were earlier. And these cars cool super quick. Like we were talking about them getting hot. They get hot fast, but you get half a car off and it'll cool right down.
Oh, yeah. Sam said that he was saving enough fuel early on that he could have two-stopped it.
And that's a strategy of
so I'm
trying to go long.
Well, I'm wondering, as we get closer to 60, maybe we don't see Mike pit until 70. Even if you tuck it in, you're saving fuel.
Corn gets a little squirrely out of the tri-oval there.
That he does. I mean, if I'm Mike, I'm just keeping it glued to the back end of Diesel.
And the one thing it's a fine line with the draft in these things, because you want to keep that gap, but at the same time, you want to be close enough to where you're not going full throttle to close that gap back up.
Right. JD kind of coming off the back of Father Ball a little bit. Got about 3 car lengths in front of him.
Still single file throughout the entire field.
You know,
That's another thing you got to watch right there. You start getting the accordion effect because you leave a gap, everyone closes up, and then everyone has to check up.
Right, right.
You see it a lot when you have a second lane side drafting, but if people are purposely leaving gaps and then closing them, that's going to have the same effect.
Tom says 12 to 14 gallons with 20 to go would be ideal. We're just about 40 out. So, and we know they're going to have to at least pit one more time. Now, remember, we had guys like Korn, I think Aiden, Gabe, those guys all came back down for a second stop. So they can go a little bit longer, not much, maybe a lap, maybe 2. Oh, fuel's limited to 10 gallons. That changes things. That's 50% fuel.
That would be why.
Actually, Phil's probably in the chat. Phil, if you could let us know, what did we limit fuel down to?
Fuel's 75%. Looking in the info right now.
There we go. 14 gallons. So that would be why they were pitting earlier.
That's why we didn't see anyone really get that 40 laps out of it.
Right, which is also why we saw those guys come down a second time get fuel. So that's going to make a huge difference. So Mike's got to be getting close, I would think.
Yeah, because he's with the caution laps, it's going to help him, but he's right around that same point he pitted that first run.
Right.
I'd see him coming in the next 5.
I mean, yeah, he had 3 laps at slow speed, so that's going to help, especially if he was clutching it. Sam says 30 to 31 flat out, saving he could go 34 to 35. So him being tucked in, 33, 34. But again, we had 3 laps with little to no speed. So do we see him pit, say, lap 66, 67? Nope. Mike's coming this time.
Which is still going to make him have to pit one more time.
Right.
And he doesn't have any help again coming this time.
Nope.
I'd be jumping on that radio begging people.
Well, if he gets onto pit road, takes fuel only, I think he'll be okay. So there goes Mike and leaders. Oh no, Father Ball got squirrely, saves it.
That could have been disaster for Father Ball there.
That very well could have been. It looks like so. When was our caution at, Dennis? Do you remember?
Oh, what was it? Right after pit stop, so right around 40.
So these guys could theoretically stretch it to 70.
Let me double check here.
Mike's
caution was 35.
Okay.
36. Lap 36 was the caution.
Now Mike is rolling again, so theoretically he could tag onto the back of this, depending on how fast he gets off pit road or gets onto the backstretch.
Yep.
He could just jump
He's
in and draft
rolling.
with these guys and actually save himself. It may work out.
He's rolling bottom off of 2 right now as the pack's coming to him.
Phil said we had a caution at 35.
35. Okay. I was 1 lap off. So 35. Give it about 35 laps they can save. We'll be seeing everyone come before lap 70.
Yeah. So if Mike's smart, if I'm Mike, I'm lifting out. I'm running that high lane. I'm going to jump in behind these guys.
And if I'm smart and I'm Diesel, I'm with already running a slower pace, I'm going to do everything I can to get Father Ball back in front of me.
Also true.
Because if I can have Father Ball jump in front of me and I can save fuel as the leader, I've done it before.
Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing too. They're still going to have to pit one more time. Everybody's got to pit one more time. So man, if it's me and I'm Mike, I tuck in, I try to save. Diesel's going to pick him up.
Looks like it.
Yep. They're going to pick him up. They're going to make Father Ball burn up the fuel. If I'm Mike, I'm slinging it high.
Yeah.
I would sling that sucker high and I would fall to the back.
Yeah, Father Ball's saving grace would be a yellow right now.
Yep. But I don't think we're going to get it.
Well, we also have green flag pit stops. All it takes is for one person to bobble, miss a braking zone, misjudge the person in front of them.
There's another thing that we're missing. Ralph Connor's out there too. If Father Ball's smart, he picks up Ralph.
Yeah, because Ralph's been on pit road for...
He fixed everything. That car's clean.
Yeah.
Pick up Ralph, save the fuel, stretch it, and then pit with him.
It's weird how you're getting Diesel blinking and I'm not.
Different processor. I don't know. Anything. Shit if I know. Diesel still leads though.
Diesel leads, Father Ball's leading this lead lap car pack.
They're not catching Ralph the way that I thought they were gonna.
Well, even watching Diesel, he's not getting right on the back of Father Ball. He's not pushing him. He is.
We're only doing
bubble.
We're only doing 180 around here.
Yeah, our last lap was from, go off Diesel here, was a 49.7. The fastest lap of the race was a 47. 47.5. So we're 2 seconds slower than our fastest pace.
What was Ralph's lap, that last one?
Ralph's was a 50.8. So he is a little over a second slower.
And they're just not closing in on him. They're trying to figure out who's got to pit first.
They're trying to sort it out of who goes with who and how many are going.
Yeah. Now, man, okay, this is because you know it's going to be a fuel mileage race at this point. You know you got to pit at least one more time. Yeah, Scott's going in on 70. Diesel's not going to make it, I don't think.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, Diesel's going in.
Him and Sean are pitting together. Sounds like those are the only two coming this time, though.
There goes Diesel. There goes Sean. Everybody else still rolls. Puts JD to lead. Man, Fatherball would be smart now to dip out, get out of the racing line, and go to the back.
I'll say jump in behind Ralph here. or even in front of him. Slide in the back here and just save fuel.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're in for a shitstorm. You're going to wind up 11th.
The field finally got around Ralph. We'll see if he can tuck into the draft here and clock some laps.
Yep.
As I say that, the middle lane kind of stalled out on the backstretch a little bit.
Yep. They got a little separated there.
You can see how much slower they're going because Ralph being a single car, that got a little tight.
Mitch
Mitch and-
Dagenhart going to come in this time. JD's coming this time.
Corn's coming this time.
Yep.
So we'll see off of 4 how many true takers we get. JD gives a shot to Father Ball. You're starting to see the guys that are staying out. They migrate to that top lane. 4 cars coming in. Everyone else stays out.
Gabe Griffin to the lead.
All 4 of them get on pit road, nice and clean.
Yeah. Aiden's coming in this time.
Yep, the top 4, you got Gabe, Aiden, Tyler Lee, and Eric Cap. Those are your 4 left to pit still.
Mike's going to save a little bit of fuel here. I don't know if these guys are coming this all together or what.
Yep, all 4 of them are darting down.
All 4 down pit road.
We'll see where
Corn's your leader
Diesel-
currently.
Diesel and Sean did not get off pit road together. They're separated by a few seconds.
Yeah, Diesel trying to dig back to Corn and JD. And they've got Mitch Dagenhart. If they can get moving quick enough.
Yeah, JD and Corn are already hooked together. I don't know if Mitch is going to be close enough to get to them.
I don't think so. That might screw Corn and JD. We'll have to see.
Well, I don't know because everyone coming out of pit road right now is also very spread out.
Well, Gabe's your leader right now coming off of pit road. He's got Scott Thompson as a lap car in front of him. Let's put the dashboard up. They're at 180. Gabe's at 143 and climbing. You can see Corn and JD huffing it down the backstretch. Mitch Dagenhart has pulled into them. So there's going to be a 3-car deal. Gabe's going to need Scott to be able to pull up.
Diesel's starting to pull in these 3 as well.
Come back to JD. They're pushing like crazy to get to Cap. We're going to see how that plays out. Do Aiden and Eric get to Scott and Gabe? Or does Corn lead a 3-car pack to the front? Now we're real stretched out. So this is really going to change some things for some of these guys that are leading a couple of packs. Because now you're starting to see Gabe's getting caught by Aiden and Eric, which is what they were hoping for. See what the gap is here. Corn to Cap, 2-2 and shrinking.
Yeah, you got the top 3 in line behind Scott Thompson, the lap car.
They're already down to 1-8.
Yeah, they're nice and tight. They're formed up. They're ready to just rip laps now. They got enough fuel to go.
Yeah. They've left
They got at
Diesel.
least
They're
enough-
down to 1-1.
Yeah, they got enough fuel to at least burn to get to them. They might have to save a little once they get in the draft.
Corn's caught the draft. Down to a half a second. They're at the doorstep.
We'll see what happens. Do they swing wide or do they just tuck in?
I don't know. If I'm Corn, I say screw it. I'm going to the front. Corn's going to the front.
Corn just set the fastest lap with a 46.9.
I'm not shocked. As hard as they were pushing. Holy shit. Hide that. So your top five, you've got Corn, McKay, JD, Degenhart, Gabe Griffith, Aiden Haller. That's your top five. Good Lord, that outside lane is taken off.
Yeah, to round out the rest of the top 10, you got Eric Cap, Diesel Hunter, Tyler Lee, Father Ball, and then Sean Cameraman, and then Scott Thompson's 11th.
The
Ralph
top
Connor
three
Jr. is 12th.
The top three went out and around and shut the door and put a lap car between them.
I'm curious with how Gabe is running. Is he still tight on fuel? Because he's backing up and not getting to run.
He acts like it. At this point, we should be good to go on fuel from here on out, unless he's anticipating a green-white checker. But at that point, you're going to have time to pit. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of cars that you'd have to fight through.
Right. We got Diesel back here. He's got Tyler Lee. They're trying to get to the front. Let's see what the gap looks like there.
I got
they're holding about
6.
I'm showing about 3.7, and they've been holding it for the last few laps. So
they need a third car, which they just don't have.
Right. You got Father Ball with 3 cars, but they're just losing right now too.
And those guys, I know Ralph and Mike both have to pit.
Yeah, yep. They're gonna have to make a quick stop and go. Probably throw
which is gonna hurt Sean.
Right.
He's gonna lose his partners.
Yep.
The front pack is still single filed out though. They're just turning laps.
Sam, we'll see if they start racing. You know, we talked about it at the top of the show. If the guy that hosts it's leading, it's probably rigged. I'm gonna say, Corn, you gotta fall back. You gotta lose.
Yeah, it's bad when the host has the fastest lap of the race, leading the race.
I think Father Ball, though, locked up most lap sled for tonight.
I think so.
I would almost guess. It's either him or Diesel, because Diesel led quite a bit of it. Watch as I speak, there's like a 3-way tie for most laps led.
They're starting to talk strategy on who wants to work with who.
Let's go see. They're closing in a little bit. Diesel's got them down to 3-4. So are these guys slowing down? Let's check our dashboard. They're 180 through the corner. If I check Corn, he's 181. Ralph coming down.
In. Diesel ran a 48.7 last lap to Corn's 49 flat. So they are 3/10 faster.
Race Control says, did I hear the 91 needs a drive through? No, we don't need to do any of that, Phil.
Father Ball's coming in.
Yep. So Father Ball and Ralph coming in together. Oh no, Father Ball goes around on pit road.
Oh no.
That's not good. Such a strong race for Mike. It's just kind of falling apart.
Sam says we got rain in turn 2, Tower.
Corn's wicked it up. He's up to 184. I think he's flat out at this point.
I wonder if he wasn't holding back, checking the entire lane up to safe fuel. But now you see Gabe has got a gap between him.
Yeah, him and Scott have a gap.
So I don't know, when you start getting big gaps like that, you're burning more fuel than you're saving.
Right. We're gonna check this because Diesel is starting to come into the shot. They're down to 3-2, and they've got Ralph that'll join the back of their pack here if he's up to speed enough. I think they've left him, but they're slowly digging. The question is does Diesel have enough fuel? Back to the front.
Yeah, with those two pushing as much as they have been to try to get up front, it's going to be tight. Because Diesel did pit early in that cycle.
Right.
He was the first one in this cycle to pit.
Right. That's why I'm like, what do you do? We'll go kick this off. Off the roll bar with Scott Thompson. You can hear him.
Single file for the first 6.
It almost sounds like he's saving a little bit of fuel. He's on.
Well, when you're riding that far back, you don't really have much of a choice.
Right. So yeah, you got Corn, McKaylee, Degenhart, Griffin, Haller, Cap, all in that top 6 group. We'll go back to Diesel again. We'll check the gap. They're 3-4. They really need Ralph to get there. If Ralph can get there, I think they could run him down. But without Ralph,
yeah.
I don't think they can make it.
They were 2/10 off of Corn's time last time around.
It does look like Ralph is catching though, so that will help.
Well, I'm wondering if Tyler hasn't gotten hot a couple times and had to back off.
Right, because they just don't have the extra guy to really get the speed.
So he's trying to do all the work of 2 people instead of having that third guy to help maintain the speed.
Right, and I think I just saw it. Ralph has pulled to the back of these guys. Let's just show this really quick. They lost about 2/10, but now they're starting to pick the momentum back up. Because now there's only 3 cars they got to worry about. They theoretically could pull this back in.
I think so. And I think here, once we start getting the laps closer to the end here, people are going to start making moves. It gets to the point where it's no longer time to ride, it's time to do something.
Exactly.
And once these guys do go side by side, it's going to give Diesel and Tyler a chance to really make up some ground.
Right. 16 laps left. I don't think you're going to see the moves until about 10. But at that point, I think Diesel and those guys will have the momentum. They'll be able to pull forward. And it might make it a bigger show.
Yeah, because if they get a big enough run, if these guys go side by side, they can take that momentum and send it to the high side or wherever they can fit it.
Update. They're down to 2.4 and closing rapidly.
Yeah, they're moving.
What is their speed right now? They're running 189. Corn's running 180. They're going to be there before 10 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're down to 1.9. Jesus, they're running 190 into the corner. I think Diesel smells blood.
Well, he sees that draft.
Yeah. Down to 1-2.
He sees those guys getting bigger out of his windshield, and he knows he's making up time. And with the run they have, with these guys still single file, that opens that top lane up just to fly right by them.
I got a feeling Diesel's going to be the fastest lap of the race here in just a second.
Yep, he's got that draft.
Yep, they're there.
Oh, he's just gonna check up. Oh, big checkup.
Oh no!
Oh.
Cap in the wall! No caution!
Yep, that was that momentum. They were that much faster than that front lane. That main pack had a checkup, and with all that momentum they had, they just had nowhere to go with it. If they would have went to the high side, they probably would have took the lead there, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's good news for Fatherball, bad news for Eric Cap, and now those guys got to go back to work back here to pull back up to the lead, but they're going to be right about there.
Well, I'm wondering if Diesel didn't check up because he has to save fuel.
I think that's what was happening. I kind of wonder if that's not what was happening. He's got to save a couple of laps of fuel, hope to bury it into the back of the pack, you know, and try to stay there. But, you know, unfortunately, Eric Cap getting the raw end of the deal on that one. I wanted to go see if we could see the other
Here
side.
comes Ralph on the outside, says, I want to go now. I got enough fuel. I don't want to play checkup games.
I think Eric's right front. It's broke right off. So Corn gonna be your leader here as we come across the stripe. 12 to go as we hit the line.
I'm wondering if Corn isn't saving fuel out front.
Could be.
With the speed difference we saw out of the pack with Diesel compared to them, they have more cars. There's no reason why they shouldn't have had more momentum.
Right. Yeah, I think that's going to take Eric Cap out of the race.
Yeah, I think he's going to be done.
Actually, he's still rolling.
He just rolling the bottom, just going to be clocking off laps.
I think he's trying to just pick off some laps and hope that somebody else gets wrecked.
He does have a meatball, so he's got to serve it.
Well, he's got 3 laps. I mean, Scott's by him. I know he's trying to stretch it to where hopefully Ralph doesn't catch him so he can salvage as many points as he can. But, man.
Yeah, because Ralph's 11 laps down. With 11 to go,
he theoretically still could catch him.
Definitely if he gets in front of this pack and unlaps himself.
Yeah.
Because he's got a clean car. If one of these guys want to jump out and push Ralph, he could be a good lead car for these guys. Definitely with someone like Diesel who might have front-end damage.
Right. Also true.
If I'm Diesel, I might tuck up behind him because I'm not fighting him for position. I could use him as an aero block for my broken nose.
That as well. Although it looks like Diesel's car is still put together, so I think he's just trying to save some fuel right now. Hopefully take a run at it here with, you know, maybe 5 to go.
Eric Cap's in pit road now.
They're headed for Sean Cameraman, whose car is clean. He's by himself. Man, Ralph is just trying anything in that high lane.
Seeing JD starting to walk a little bit up in the corners.
I think we're starting to maybe see some heat into the tires. Maybe the lower fuel load is causing some issue. That's something else that we didn't think about. You know, obviously the lighter the fuel load, the lighter the car, the more springy it is. So
all single file through the lap cars. You got 2 lap cars side by side with Scott Thompson and Ralph Connor.
Yeah, you get Corn, JD, and Mitch separated by lap cars from the rest of the group.
And that's one thing that these guys in the back are going to have to take into account. Like, you're going to have to push Ralph because he's maintaining out there.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to use him to help you.
Exactly.
Got Sean coming into view here now in front of the leaders. Sean's gonna run the high side, give everyone here the bottom.
Yep, he's going to stay out of the way, which is a smart thing to do. 3 wide for a moment.
Big checkup on the back stretch on that inside line.
Ralph's just kind of riding out there full throttle. He's probably got a full tank of fuel. So the heck with it. I'll just do what I want to do.
Yeah, he does. I think he got tired of having to check up on that inside lane and says, I'll just run out here.
I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He's staying out of the way. So
I run the outside full throttle. I don't have to worry about running into anyone during a checkup.
Yep. 7 laps to go.
Still Corn, JD, and Mitch in the top 3. If I'm Gabe running 4th, when do you go to the outside and start pushing Ralph? You see him making headway. Oh, funky bump there to JD on the back.
I think 5 to go. If I'm Gabe, I move up behind Ralph, and we got because you got to have a couple of laps to get the momentum going.
Yep.
You're gonna need that.
You can't wait till the last second.
Yep.
And now you got Sean running this outside line too. If you're these lead lap cars, you can't. Oh, Scott moves up, so now you got 3 lap cars occupying the outside lane.
That's not what you want to have happen.
Not if you're Gabe or Aiden.
Yeah, that clogs your way out and around. If I'm Corn, I see that in my rearview mirror and I manage that. Oh, and Mitch Dagenhart to the top.
Corn's
Corn gonna try and
block.
cover. He's got to get back down or he's in the sucker hole. JD's already around him. Corn screwed himself.
And now you got Aiden jumping up there. Aiden's up to 3rd.
Yep. And Corn's relegated himself back to 4th with that.
Now you got JD leading, Gabe in 2nd, Aiden in 3rd, Corn 4th, Mitch 5th, Tyler Lee 6th, Diesel's in 7th.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Corn's not in a bad position. The outside lane still should prevail here in this car. You've got the time to get it moving. You got 5 laps to go. They are coming at Father Ball as a lap car. If I was JD and I have enough of a lead, I jump up for a second to kill that outside lane, put the air back on him, and then pull it back off and cover both lanes. But that's just me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start playing the aero game here. Mitch and Corn know they can push in that outside lane, and they're hooked up just like they were in the beginning of the race.
But
Those
here's the
two
other
are
thing.
working
JD's wicked up the speed. We're 186.
Yep.
So
Mitch and Corn got a good run through the tri-oval there heading into 1. Those two worked together that whole first fuel run. You saw Mitch get really squirrely there getting into 1. You're starting to see that wag again, being tucked up behind someone in that 2nd lane.
Yep. Man, it's literally back and forth between JD and Corn right now. JD 193 down to the corner that time. So now we're ooh, we got some bumping in the corner. You're going to see the pressure. Oh, there goes Diesel.
That was between 2 lap cars that sent Diesel down.
That was he holds back onto it though. Hell of a save.
JD's still leading the bottom lane.
Corn's lane is
second.
falling apart.
If the ones running the bottom stay tight enough, they will prevail over that top now that it doesn't have the numbers.
Exactly.
But if Tyler Lee jumps up to that top lane, or if Ralph gets back to these guys and gives that top lane momentum, it's another game changer.
Oh, Tyler Lee coming.
Oh, there goes JD.
He's loose. He saves it.
He saves
it.
That puts Gabe Griffin up to the lead now.
JD's got no help back there.
That just took a car away from that bottom lane's momentum now. Oh, Mitch just blew up.
Mitch blew up!
That leaves Corn solo on that outside. He's going to need these 3 lap cars to help him if he's going to do anything.
He's going to need all the help in the world.
Got Gabe Griffin, Aiden Haller, Tyler Lee, your top 3. Corn behind in 4th. JD off this pack in 5th. Mitch with a blown motor in 6th. Well, now 7th. Diesel passed him. Diesel's up to 6th.
Corn's going to need those lap cars to get there now.
You got Sean and Scott. They are battling for position.
Corn's trying to go around the outside.
We also have a mini battle.
Yeah, we got 2 battles going on right here in front of us, guys. Corn's looking for any way around there.
Coming up to this pack.
Oh, this is not good. Everybody's starting to move.
They're going to be 3 wide around Father Ball here.
Yep, Corn cut off Tyler Lee on the high side. Who's going to get it as we head for the checkered? Aiden moves up. It's going to be close. Aiden with the win. 4 wide finish at the end. We'll wait for the results to come through.
I'll say unofficially, I have Aiden Haller first, Gabe, Corn, Tyler Lee, JD in 5th, Diesel in 6th, Scott in 7th, Mitch in 8th, Sean Cameraman 9th.
All right, I've finally got the results on my side. I show the same as what Dennis just said. Man, look at the finish on that. That is absolutely close. Let's go back and take a look at that really quick.
I got so wrapped up, I didn't even know it was the last lap.
That's right. We're going to go from TV1 on this. We'll just play it at quarter speed. I mean, Aiden does a beautiful move up in front of Corn. Maybe a little on the late side, but for the most part, he does it right. And I wanted to see where Tyler Lee came into this because they literally finished like 4 wide. Tyler goes to the bottom. Gabe comes down to cover. Do I have a start? Do I have a... I'm looking for the photo finish cam. I don't know if I got one on this. I don't think we do. But my God. 4 wide at the finish there. That's impressive.
That came down to a battle of inches.
Yeah, that's impressive. As we go back live, take a look at Aiden. I'm sure he's probably doing burnouts. He is.
He is.
Get our results up on screen. I mean, all in all, 1 caution for the night. That's pretty impressive. Unfortunately, it took more cars out than we were hoping for there. Obviously we had Sam, John, Gary, Ron all taken out in that 1 singular caution. But Sam says click thumbnail. All right, let's get Aiden in here for his interview. Aiden Haller, you come home with a win tonight, and you did it. You finally did it clean. Good job, bud. That was the move off of 4 was perfect.
Right.
You side drafted Gabe to pull alongside. You had Corn right behind you, and it was a 4 wide finish, man. That was a hell of a run. Walk me through it a little bit, because you guys all pitted together on that last stop, and then you guys hung behind Scott, even when Corn and JD and you guys got those guys got there. Were you guys trying to hopefully save some fuel for the end? Like, what was the plan?
Well, the plan was to try and pit a little later than the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And me, Gabe, Eric, Sean, well, kind of Sean, he got wrecked out, unfortunately. But yeah, that's how the plan went.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys kind of rode, saved some tire, and then obviously it worked out for you there. We saw Mitch Degenhart blow up, which obviously helped you guys get up to the front. And then, like I said, with a beautiful move there off of 4, you pull off the win. So congrats on that one, buddy.
Thank you. First win of the league.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Thank you to you and for the broadcasting. Thank you for ICW to help this league out, and thank you for me on Wasty subs.
All righty. Well, good job on the night, bud. We got fast car tomorrow, so maybe we'll see you pull off another clean one there.
Yay.
All right, bud.
You sound so enthused.
Well, congrats on the win, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later.
All right, I need help with my computer.
Okay. Get with me after this. Make sure you send me a message.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right, that was your winner. Let's grab Gabe Griffin here. Gabe, second on the night. I thought maybe you had the win, and then Aiden decided to go to the outside.
Well, I ran out of fuel entering the tri-oval.
Oh, shit. I wondered if that's why. Okay. I asked Aiden
I left
this.
auto fuel on.
Oh, God. So that's why you stayed behind Scott the whole time.
Yeah, I had no choice. I was on the envelope. I had no excess.
Dear God.
That was when Aiden stepped out beside of me, the car started sputtering. I was like, well, it's going one way or another.
It's been a good ride, fellas. Well, it was funny because me and Dennis were sitting up here talking about it. I asked Aiden, and now that I have your answer, it makes a whole lot more sense because we saw you guys, as Korn and those guys came through, you guys just sat there. And I thought that was odd because to me, I would have swung up, blocked their run, that sort of thing. But if what you're saying is yeah, I've got to save fuel, well, the further you are back in the field, the better.
Yep.
So,
yeah, if it hadn't been for Aiden pushing me for the last 10 laps there,
yeah,
I wouldn't have made it.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, still running out of fuel before the line. I thought Tyler Lee was going to get you there at the end because he stuck to the bottom on you. It comes up just a little bit short, but 4-wide finish, man. You got to go back and look at that one.
That is a close split.
It was clean. Like you guys didn't wreck until damn near out of the tri-oval.
Yep, I've had 2 races this week now. The NIS last night, there was 19 thousandths difference between me and the leader, and then tonight 23 thousandths difference.
That's impressive.
So that's 2 close races night to night.
Yeah, that's impressive. So
we're gonna go for 3 in a row tomorrow night.
Oh, good God, you're nuts. Anyway, anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my parents and to my crew chief, Eric. Even though he got wrecked, he jumped right into crew chief role and told me I wasn't going to make it on fuel.
Is he one of the 3 raccoons in a fire suit?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that it's on screen right now. And apparently I'm your hero.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if I'd admit that one.
Yeah, I would personally like judge your choice of character, but
Hey, it used to be Tom Gum, and then people started making fun of me. So.
Oh, well, we had your mom in here watching for quite a bit of it, so hopefully she got to watch the finish there. But
oh, my phone's been blowing up for about the last 2 minutes. So
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Well, I mean, solid way to start the series. It's a long season. This was actually a long race, so to pull off second, even with that sizable crash that we had, that's still pretty good. So, like I said, congrats on the second place tonight, bud. We'll let you go, and we'll talk to you maybe tomorrow with a fast car win.
All right, one thing real quick. Y'all were talking about tire temperature earlier.
Yes.
The last pit stop, my right front tire was down to 58% at 288 degrees.
That makes sense. That's why that top lane probably got as squirrely as it did.
Yeah, it was eating the right front.
Now, was this a fixed setup tonight?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. That's
It's also the bumpy Tona setup.
Oh God. That's why you're eating the right front.
Yep.
The
The
car's the
suspension's
tight, you can't do
expecting it
anything
to
with it.
travel.
And it's not. So,
Yep.
but all right. Well, that's
So,
good
yeah.
info. That answered our questions. So, all right, bud. Well, we'll let you go, and I got to get Corn in here for the last interview.
Yep. Have a good one, AJ. Dennis.
You too, bud.
You too, bud.
All right. There's Gabe. Let's grab the great Cobb in the sky. You know, people are gonna start saying that this is rigged. You finished in the top 3 of your own league.
But I didn't win.
You came close. Came damn close.
I tried like hell.
I think you owe Mitch Degenhardt a motor.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be expensive, but probably.
Yeah, that thing went bang. You and JD hooked up right out of pit road. You guys took off like hell. We just heard from Gabe. He said the auto fuel was on and he was right at the limit.
Mm-hmm.
Which explains why you guys were able to just blow out and around.
Yeah.
And then you kind of, well, I think when JD got bumped in the tri-oval there, or coming to the tri-oval, I think it kind of set everything off and kind of stole any help that you had there for a minute.
That is a combination of 3 things. When JD got bumped off, when I moved high to block that high line, and then when Mitch's motor blew.
Yeah.
It was just 3 bad things all at once.
We were kind of wondering why the block on the high lane, because I mean, you had it pretty much covered. So
I saw them coming with a head of steam, and I was like, I want to be a part of that.
I want to be a part of it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You almost became part of the wall.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
We thought you were dead because we saw you pull out and they had no choice and there was nothing they could do. He was hitting you.
I did not realize they were going as fast as they were when I pulled out.
Well, one thing we noticed is when you were leading that bottom lane, you guys were running about 4 to 5 mile an hour slower than any 3-car pack that could get together and formed up.
Right.
I think part of that is because JD left about a car length gap.
Well, because we were watching Diesel, Tyler Lee, and Ralph. Once Ralph hooked up with Diesel and Tyler Lee, they started reeling you guys in like it was their job. They were running almost 190.
They pulled in 3 seconds
in a lap,
less than a lap and a half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you get 3 cars together, and these cars that they take off.
Yeah, that's definitely what we saw tonight. So, well, I mean, overall, it was a solid start to the season. I mean, we only had
I agree.
We only had a few cars that got knocked out in the first wreck. Which
and
some
I hate that they did.
Yeah, some of it was really weird. Like I had a similar situation to what Ron had when Gary hit him in that wreck in an NI or not an NIS, but in an official this week. It pushed my tire in, but I was still able to go. Ron's, it literally just rips the tire clean off the car.
Yeah.
I don't understand some of the damage model, but I mean, all in all, after that, it turned into a fuel mileage race. I mean, you know, luckily we had something to talk about when it was single file, but I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. We were sitting there single file. I'm sitting there going, man, AJ and Dennis are bored, I bet.
it actually wasn't bad. We had all sorts of things we could talk about up here. So,
good.
But like I said, overall, it was a solid start to the season. I think, you know, if anybody's watching wants to join, I don't think you're gonna. You're missing out if you don't jump in. This is probably one of the more fun seasons that they're going to have. So I think you missed out on a hell of a race tonight if you weren't in it tonight anyways. So,
For sure. That 4 wide finish. Missed
oh
out on that
dude.
again.
Yeah, that was wild.
So if you want a good camera angle on that, AJ, TV3.
TV3, we'll grab that really quick. Let's grab that really quick before we get out of here for the night. He said
I didn't even know we
TV3.
were 4 wide until I looked at it on the replay.
We'll play at quarter speed here real quick. Well, and the only reason you guys wound up 4 wide is because Gabe starts to sputter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, you can see Tyler's closing in on Gabe here at the end. And even Tyler knows it because he moves to the bottom.
At least mine kicked it to the infield for TV3.
I mean, well, I'm looking at it. I have a different camera pack, but I mean, still,
Gotcha.
it's close, right? I don't think you're going to get much closer than that at Daytona, in an official. So
no, not without wrecking across it.
No,
I mean, we did.
Yep. So
well, that was still after the tri-oval.
Well, and there was net code between you and Aiden, and then Tyler and Gabe. So
honestly, had I lifted, I'd have avoided that.
Oh well, could have been worse. But like I said,
well, you ran the fastest lap tonight.
Yeah. See, there you go. There you go.
Nice.
But
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think on that note, Dennis, any thoughts on the night?
Good hard racing. Ended up being at the end of fuel mileage because I think if Gabe doesn't sputter, he's able to hold Aiden off more. Honestly,
I think so. I think some guys learned some things tonight. I definitely think some guys learned some things tonight.
I know I learned some things, and that's anytime we go super speedway and super speedway racing in Xfinity, I'm definitely going with the Chevy.
Tyler says that he just missed out. He says he loves the interviews. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do this.
Bring him in.
Okay, the bridesmaid's here.
Oh shit.
Caught him off guard. You said you love the interviews. You're here. What do you want to talk about, Tyler?
I do.
What do you want to say?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I do. And I'm gonna bust some knowledge real quick. So we had me and Diesel, and Ralph was behind us. I don't know if you guys noticed. I dropped down to pick up Ralph. I knew that was the only chance we were gonna have it.
Yep.
And then I did not know that Gabriel was gonna run out of gas. I thought he was clear because I thought I was the only one that messed up doing auto fuel and only leaving a 1 lap margin.
Oh shit!
I had 0.1 gallon left.
Well, and it's funny when you go back and watch the stream later, you'll see we started watching you guys, and then as soon as you picked up Ralph, you guys ripped off 3.5 seconds at a lap and a half.
Oh, I was telling Corn, I'm like, I knew you guys were saving fuel because we're going on the back stretch at 179. I'm like, this is not normal. And then I also made the comment to Aiden and Gabriel. I'm like, this is like the real NASCAR that everybody complains about. We're just going super slow, trying to do everything we can to save every ounce of fuel we have.
Right. So, okay. Well, I got you in here for the interview. So
I'm so happy right now. You have no idea. I just want to thank my Crunchyroll Razor Ford Mustang crew out there doing real good. They made real good choices out there. I'm real happy with my crew chief, and top 4 wide. Can't complain about Daytona.
Right. So, all right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna call it a night here. Like I said, solid first round for the NASCAR Generations League. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7:25ish. We've got slow car and fast car, so you're not going to want to miss that. Cara tomorrow at Talladega for tomorrow night, with a custom set, and it's quick and it's stable and it's fun. We're having fun. On that note, like I said, we're out of here. We'll catch all you guys tomorrow night. Say good night, Corn.
Good night, Corn.